Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From the Grenadian capital, this is Network News for Thursday, April 3, 2025. In the headlines, alleged Ponzi scheme under investigation. Government looks to farmers to strengthen food security in the wake of U.S. tariff. Local support group donates building materials to Petit Martinique's recovery efforts. Also in the news regionally, families of deceased Paria divers and the lone survivor in Trinidad to receive ex-gratia payment. Internationally, world leaders criticize Trump tariffs as major blow. Plus, in the sports news, St. Andrew captures title number 15 in the Nexa GUT National Primary Schools Games. Good evening, everyone. We are reporting the day's news. Stay with us.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. The Financial Intelligence Unit is investigating a suspected Ponzi scheme that investors claim is causing significant financial losses across the nation. Beverly Telesford is following this story.
Creators Alliance, with over 1,000 investors in Grenada, has collapsed, affecting investors across the Caribbean with potential losses in the hundreds of thousands. On April 2nd, investors from Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and other islands found themselves locked out of their accounts with Creators Alliance. Attempts to contact the platform via Telegram were unsuccessful, and investors discovered they had been removed from WhatsApp groups. The program allowed members to invest in packages in exchange for watching or sharing videos with monthly payouts promised. However, the disruption has left many wondering about the return of their investments. One of the Creators Alliance websites, carlist.com, appears to have been shut down, and the domain is now for sale. Prior to the April 2nd deletion of WhatsApp groups with merchants and administrators, a March 28th announcement from Creators Alliance claimed tax issues were being reviewed and some withdrawals were successful. However, it was later revealed that the platform was struck off the UK company's register in March while still recruiting new members. On March 31st, an announcement stated that tax issues were resolved and withdrawals would resume, but 2 days later, investors were locked out. Shiro Hing, manager of Creators Alliance, reassured members on April 2nd that the platform had not crashed but undergone a strategic upgrade. With victims still reeling from the shock of potential losses, Jervis Dabrio of the Grenada National Cyber Security Incident Response Team CSIRT said a warning was first issued in January 2025.
Following the advisory, I was on GBN to the point in January. GBN News had carried it, MTV carried it, WFM carried it, now Grenada carried it, GIS carried it. It was all over the place.
Dabrio said he alerted the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU, after an individual attempted to get a loan to invest in the scheme.
I then sent information to the FIU and to GAFIN, asking them to alert the financial institution.
Dabrio described a plethora of investors, including journalists and police officers.
It is not just older people who have invested in Creators Alliance. They are journalists, they are teachers, they are police officers, they are business people, they are the layman on the street who have put in quite a bit of money, even within the religious space.
Vanessa Rache, wife of the pastor of Agape Ministries in Grenada, has been heavily promoting Creators Alliance on the island. She told the GBN she did not wish to make any comments on the matter as it had been a bad experience. The FIU issued a release on Thursday saying it is investigating a suspected Ponzi scheme where victims were lured with promises of high returns on their investments and encouraged to recruit others to earn additional profits. It warned that such schemes operate by using funds from new investors to pay earlier ones rather than generating real profits. Anyone who suspects they are a victim of financial schemes is encouraged to report immediately to the FIU via telephone at 435-2373 or email gdafiu@fiu.gov.gd. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
As global trade tensions rise with new tariffs announced by the Trump administration, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is challenging farmers to strengthen Grenada's food security, thereby reducing reliance on imports. Beverly Telesford has another report.
The published list of reciprocal tariffs announced by United States President Donald Trump revealed a tariff of 10% on imports from Grenada, matching the 10% Grenada charges the United States. Since assuming office in January, the Trump administration has introduced and increased a number of tariffs on countries worldwide. Amidst these evolving trade challenges, including the new tariffs, sanctions, and border accessibility issues, the issue of strengthening Grenada's food security and decreasing the country's reliance on import continues to be a topic of much discussion. At the opening of the recently commissioned Maribo Tissue Culture Lab, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell challenged agronomists to ramp up production levels in Grenada to move the country towards self-sufficiency.
And so I want to challenge your agronomists to be more ambitious than just saying in 3 years' time we'll have the capacity to do 185 plants, because there is a lot of idle land in Grenada. A lot of land that has not been planted since Hurricane Ivan. That's 20 years ago. And so there is significant opportunity for us to ramp up production throughout the length and breadth of Grenada.
The Prime Minister further urged the agronomists to think beyond supplying Grenada alone.
And I want to emphasize, we are not just planting for ourselves. Within the OECS and the wider CARICOM region, there are countries that are even more vulnerable than Grenada because, for example, places like Antigua, St. Kitts and Nevis, they don't even have water. Almost all of their drinking water is produced via reverse osmosis. And so we have to appreciate that we are in a unique position to not just plan for ourselves, but to plan for our brothers and sisters in the region who may not be able to do so. So I don't want us to limit our ambition to just attempting to satisfy our needs.
GBN has sought a response from the government since the new U.S. tariffs were announced on Wednesday. No response has been forthcoming, but we will continue to monitor this developing story. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Meanwhile, 10% tariffs on all countries have its advantages and disadvantages. It could potentially hurt exports on the one hand, and on the other hand, create room to explore alternative markets. Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan tells GBN's Christina John about government's plans to mitigate the likely impact on the agriculture sector.
President Trump's 10% tariff on all countries could have both positive and negative effects on Grenada's agriculture sector. The U.S. is one of Grenada's largest importers of soursop, and with the tariff introduced, it could mean a reduction in demand for those products, potentially hurting Grenada's exports. However, on the positive, Grenada could explore alternative markets to mitigate this impact. GBN was in conversation with Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan on the the possible impacts on the agriculture sector and how they are preparing to cushion the blow. BACWAN indicated that they are putting a number of measures in place, one of those being a forum that will take place in the coming week involving the private sector. Grenada being a large importer of poultry, the PS explained their plans.
Focusing on the likely impact of the tariff that would be imposed by the U.S. government and how that would affect in terms of the import. As Prime Minister would have indicated, 90% of everything we import, including food. And as such, we have been mandated to ramp up and refocus our budget that have just been approved towards the issue of food security and production. So, in fact, we are looking at areas that we could collaborate with the private sector on. Certainly the area of poultry is a key area. We already have a policy. We have a consultant right now on ground that would be submitting a report within 2 weeks' time so that we could ramp up the support in terms of providing chickens and feed and or whatever additional importance support so that the farmers themselves could ramp up the production of poultry. We are also working with the large, we have two large poultry producers, and they have the capacity of 75,000 and 50,000 each. So again, we're looking at how we could support them in terms of feed, in terms of input of hatching eggs and other sort of inputs so that they too also could ramp up production as it relates to poultry.
As it relates to crop production, the PS said that they will take a little longer to roll out. The forum, he said, will help his ministry to better understand what additional support is needed.
We see as an immediate focus the issue of vegetable production. So we would have received some seedlings, quite a large quantity of seedlings from AICA. We have asked our propagation units, including CADI, to assist us. So some farmers we would give seeds, others we would actually propagate the plants and give them the plants so that they could plant. So that is as an immediate step, and we want persons to take this thing seriously because we're not sure how these policies would impact us, but we have to be prepared and put mitigation measures in place. With the incoming of the tissue culture lab, within a 1 month period, we could be able to be up and running to be able to start producing and multiplying plants as quick as possible so that the farmers could plant.
The Permanent Secretary added that although the budget allocation has been approved, they have been mandated to refocus the budget. Since this is an emerging crisis, the ministry officials said they are also considering providing backyard gardeners with additional support apart from seeds and other planting materials. Christina John, GBN News.
Now, President General of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andre Lewis, said a tribunal ruling following recent industrial action taken by employees at Grenada Electricity Services Limited has ruled in their favor. Lewis told GBN the tribunal ordered that both employees, Callista Brathwaite and Dwight Francis, are to be immediately re-engaged by Grenlec without any loss of benefits. He gave this update via telephone a while ago.
The tribunal found that both Mr. Francis and Ms. Brathwaite were unfairly dismissed by the company, and that the tribunal orders that both Ms. Brathwaite and Mr. Francis be re-engaged forthwith by Grenlec. The tribunal also orders that both Ms. Brathwaite and Mr. Francis be accorded the benefits due to permanent employees under the CBA from September 4, 2023 and February 1, 2024, respectively. And the tribunal was made up of Mr. Francis Paul, chairperson, Sir Ruggles Ferguson Casey, and Ms. Pauline Hannibal. The tribunal also found that the short-term contracts issued to Ms. Callista Brathwaite were in effect filling on a lasting basis a post connected with normal and permanent activity of Grenlec.
GBN will reach out to Grenlec for a response to this development story and bring you the details in another newscast. Coming up in Network News, TAMCC displays SAT project exhibition and international cuisine. We'll talk about that. We'll be right back.
Take charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Ariza Credit Union. Ariza's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Ariza's Own Your Own loan. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arizacu.com.
Boyo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up. I'm coming. Karim, what you doing? Fly my kite. Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy. Why not? The wind good. Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity. Yeah, kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, you can cause power outages, or even worse, you can get shocked. Come, let's go and fly them in the pasture. Yeah, that makes sense.
Grenland, energizing our Grenada.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
One venue, 3 cars, $35,000 in cash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one because on Saturday, May 3rd from 6 p.m., get set for the biggest event for 2025, the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo at the National Stadium. You can win 3 mint-condition cars, a Suzuki Ignis, a Suzuki Swift Sports, and a Honda Vezel Plus. But wait, that's not all. You can also win $35,000 in cash.
Whoa, is this real?
Yes, it is. 3 cars plus $35,000 in cash. Tickets Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. This will definitely be the event for 2025. Don't miss the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo, Saturday, May 3rd at the National Stadium. Brought to you by Carib. It's the way we play.
Tracksuit, water bottle, sneakers. It's time. Let's get ready to join us on the road this year for Quad Bank's annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Tell your family and friends, and let's get moving towards a healthier lifestyle. Carry a coup. Come out in your numbers on Sunday, April 6th from 4 p.m. as we pump it up from Alexis Food Store's car park to the Hillsborough Tennis Court. On Sunday, May 4th, the action is on the mainland. We're hitting the road at 4 p.m. from Monrouge Playing Field to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Registration ends on May 2nd or while stocks last. So get your packages today. Individual packages cost $20. For groups of 3 or more, packages cost $15 each. Proceeds go towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. Visit our website for more details. See you on the road for
Welcome home. Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Brabaka Television Centre's student projects and a variety of international cuisine were the main features on display today as the TMI Community College School of Applied Arts and Technology hosted its annual project exhibition and international cuisine event. Christina John reports.
From theoretical to practical, students of the T.A. Marisho Community College showcased their ability to transform what they have learned in the classroom into practical projects. The ingenuity of students of the various departments came alive Thursday on the institution's compound in Tantin, St. George. Principal Andrew Abraham says today's exhibition gave him a sense of pride in what students were able to produce.
I had the opportunity to interact with the guys in automotive and see some of the engineering that is taking place there with the vehicles. I had the opportunity to interact with the IT students, where they were able to develop apps and so on, apps for disaster. And when we think about a 21st century curriculum, and when we think about the support that the T.A. Marisho Community College have that responsibility to train our citizens, so at least they can solve problems within our community. I'm just so proud of them in terms of the display this year. And we are just growing from strength to strength. What we are doing is supporting the industry, every industry we have on the island, and TAMCC is positioned to do so.
Principal Abraham said what they are doing is preparing the students for the world of work.
See that the secondary schools, the primary schools, the students are here to just observe what our students here are able to do, and that in itself I'm sure would inspire them, because I am inspired and actually encouraged and even motivated, so at least we could even continue developing and improving on what we do, so we have that product that can stand the test of the international community, meaning we are operating at international standards. And that's one of the reasons that TAMCC is pursuing accreditation, because we want to be a major player in the education and training space, especially in the vocational area. One of our major pillars for the institution is a 21st century program. And when we say 21st century, we mean programs that are practical in nature and it is relevant, it is current for the industry. What programs are we talking about? The creative industry. The T.A. Marisho Community College would be unveiling an associate degree in the creative industries in September.
Marvin Neptune, registrar of the college, said most students, upon graduating from the institution, go into the hotel industry, and this activity is one way of preparing them to relate to the needs of people from different cultural backgrounds.
Important is that they learn other cultures and how they make their food. Because we're a tourism country, most of the students going to work in hotels and restaurants, and so are catering for an international market. So they have to learn a number of ways to make food, not just the regular oil dong and rice and so. So you would see the display here of all the different countries and preparing their food, the Chinese, the Indian, and stuff like that.
Some of the participants shared their experience.
It's going to help us, so like we have to do this again next year, so we know the negative and the positive, so next year we could come back better.
I was personally excited and happy for the experience of the international cuisine, because I have never been to one before, so actually, working in it has given me a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience on it. In the future, I want to be a flight attendant, so getting to know the world of people, foods, everything that incorporates with it, tourism and hospitality, it helps me with that.
Christina John, GBN News.
Other news, the Ministry of Agriculture has been working with farmers in the northern part of the island to improve pest management and field sanitation for coconut production as they prepare to receive new coconut plantlets. Christina John has this report.
Coconut weevil and red ring disease continue to threaten Grenada's coconut industry. As part of a national-wide initiative to educate farmers on effective pest and disease management, the Ministry of Agriculture, in promoting good agricultural practices, including the use of coconut weevil traps and proper field sanitation techniques. On Thursday, the ministry hosted a farmer field school in Mount Alexander, St. Patrick, bringing together farmers from the surrounding areas, including the Davi community. The session was held by Senior Pest Management Officer, Agronomist Troy Augustine, who emphasized the importance of early detection and proper management.
Our technique that we're using now is use of biopesticide, Bovaria bassiana. Those who was in the training, we explained to you the Bovaria bassiana is a fungus that you find naturally from the soil. It was extracted, isolated, and multiplied. It's sold in packages at Remington Thompson. So if you're an organic farmer, you can use it, right? With approval from your certifying body. It gets between the wings and all of the other parts of the insect, and it starts growing like fungus on bread, moss on bread. As it grows, it goes inside of the beetle, feeds there, and paralyzes it. It dies.
This initiative is part of preparation for an upcoming shipment of 12,000 high-yielding disease-resistant coconut plantlets from Mexico under the World Bank's Food Security Enhancement Program, aimed at revitalizing coconut production across communities.
The seed nuts that are being imported, you can use them for culinary purpose. You can cook with them. The water will be there for you to use. But most of all, you can use the same seed nut to get new plants to either sell or to expand your field. So whilst the Ministry of Agriculture is sensitizing you, the farmers, on the pest problem, because it's critical at this point to start controlling the pests, see where the pest is of in high population, bring it down to a very lower population so that all the farmers can benefit who really wants coconut.
This was the third Farmer Field School session organized by the Ministry of Agriculture, Land, Forestry, Marine Resources and Cooperatives. Thursday's session was coordinated by the Northern Agricultural District team as part of the ministry's ongoing commitment to strengthening the agricultural sector.
So I know coconut was a major crop in this area here, and we're looking to actually bring back the crop as one of the main producing crop among the farming community. Coconut, as a point, coconut is one of the only crop that you can plant and have it for 30 years as a dwarf that gives you an income every month, or as an oil nut for 60 years, giving you an income for that 60 years.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
In today's society, young people, especially young women, are encouraged to determine their career path at an early age. They are encouraged to know what's available to them in traditionally male-dominated fields. Rena P. Thomas tells us about women in leadership.
An event on Thursday dubbed Women in Leadership STEM, which is the acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, sought to expose participants to the experiences of women working in the fields traditionally dominated by men. It was organized by the Ministry of Social and Community Development and Gender Affairs and CUSO International and held at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. It brought together young women from secondary institutions across Grenada to hear from female professionals from different career backgrounds in what was predominantly male-dominated fields. Anderson Richardson is the Gender Program Development Officer in the Ministry of Social and Community Development and Gender Affairs.
Looking at, we have various professionals, women, at various leadership levels. And so we want to mirror their journey from where they were to where they are today, right? And we want to mirror that to younger women.
A diverse group of professionals from a number of entities were represented. The New Life Organization, NULO, Grenada Airports Authority, Civil Aviation Department, the TMRSO Community College, TAMCC, and the Ministry of Climate Resilience.
So what we really hope to achieve today is to break stereotypes, break the gender stereotypes that we have in terms of patriarchy and what it does in terms of limiting persons and the potentials in terms of what they could be, what they want to venture into. Yeah, so it's okay for a woman to be an engineer. That's what we're saying. It's okay for a woman to be a doctor.
CUSO International was the sponsor for the Women in Leadership session. Magdalene Kuman is the monitoring and evaluation advisor.
Part of the Blueprints project, which CUSO is running here in partnership with the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs. Blueprints want to address gender equality and social inclusion and to ensure that women from the poorest, most vulnerable girls have access and equal access to opportunities. The outcome from this are threefold. One, we hope that the girls who are attending get information that they probably would not ordinarily get within the classrooms. The second outcome is that we hope it inspires them to make decisions regarding their careers and to start at an early age to find what's available to them in STEM careers. And the third one, as women, to be able to expand the networks.
Participants provided feedback on the key takeaway for them and how the knowledge sharing experience will influence their career choice.
I attended multiple sessions, but the one that stuck with me the most was the one about gender equality. You know, it really brought spotlight to the differences in the unemployment rate and the pay grade between men and women. It really is informative, and I think this is a great initiative, especially in bringing empowerment for women. Traditionally you don't see women taking up roles in areas such as STEM, and I love to see that things like this are being done in Grenada.
From this, it's very educational, and they even have a slip that organize our future. It's very educational and empowering to young girls like me.
Christina John, GBN News.
Coming up in Network News, local support group donates building materials to Petit Martinique's recovery efforts. This is Network News.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and nice. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherish Springs off Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, so no. Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. You them massive dragon. Hello. I see that. About 10 let them make a order, man. Me a 38, man. But you are 92. Yeah. You need the number one run, man. What is that easy? No, what? Nice. Yeah. Number one. Yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number one rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Grenada, get ready for the most anticipated kids event on Saturday, 19th April, Easter Saturday. It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Baton Rouge playing field, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy rides, slides, obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castle, go-kart, and much, much more.
Mom, I love this.
Then from 6 p.m. we move stateside for special performances. Come see the mind-blowing illusions and mesmerizing dancers from the overseas acts. Soca performances from Guana, Shekwan, Black Barbie, and Young Man. Admission kids only $5, adults $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monroe's playing field. Something no kid wanna miss. It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
ACB, speed, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB, SME, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition. Got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. ACB, SME. Start, manage, expand your business today.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge.
but with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada has announced the launch of a new automated citizenship certificate process designed to enhance certification accuracy and reduce processing times, offering a more efficient experience for all stakeholders. Key features of the new citizenship certificate process include the automatic generation of certificates through the agency's application processing software, minimizing manual intervention and delays, and ensuring faster processing by directly linking the software with the Ministry of Home Affairs. We can tell you too, the user-friendly interface allows local agents a 48-hour window to verify the accuracy of draft certificates before submission for final approval. The new process was officially gazetted on March 7, 2025, and the Ministry of Home Affairs will confirm the official implementation date, which will be communicated publicly. International support group CARES is turning community support into action, helping to rebuild homes and offering hope to residents of Petite Martinique. More details in this Renapet Thomas report.
International Support Group, a privately owned company operated by Grenadians in Grenada, continues to play a role in recovery efforts in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Through its ISG Cares initiative, the company donated building materials valued at $2,500 to the Build Back Better unit for ongoing recovery efforts in Petite Martinique. Nicole Kane, Executive Director, ISG Cares, says the funds for this project was raised through a raffle.
So I reached out to Sharon and I said, hey, I want to do a raffle. Do you think we could get some donors, Grenada, promote Grenada, the raffle is for Grenada. We were able to raise $2,500 to purchase the items here that we're donating today.
Thank you.
Yes, and True Blue Resort also gave us a 3-night stay, and Home Hospitality Grenada gave us a tour package. So with all these blessings from these donors, we were able to then purchase these items to donate to the Build Back Better project, and we hope that it goes a long way.
Kane detailed some of what was included in the donation.
We focused on the interior of the homes. So we purchased the kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, doorknobs, paint rollers with the covers, the roofing patch, the liquid nails, paint brushes, drywall sanders, just things that we felt, could really make an impact on the project.
Dr. Don DeCoto, project manager of Project Build Back Better Petite Martinique, expressed gratitude for ISG's timely donation, noting that it aligns with the upcoming phase of the project.
Donation today from the ISG group is absolutely, I can't say thank you enough, because it is so much needed, because as we say, we're about to break ground on, the next phase of the actual Build Back project. And as we look at the houses that even need the repairs, these items are, the key items that all the properties need currently. So again, we can't thank you enough, because, it's come at the very much, now is the time that it's very much needed as we progress with Build Back and the repair project.
ISG remains committed to supporting disaster recovery efforts and strengthening communities across Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Rena Pett Thomas, GBN News.
We'll be back to report the sports news.
Prescription filled, or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Brandon, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products, including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Good evening, sporting fans. St. Andrews successfully completed their title defense in the Nexa GUT National Primary Schools Games. They wrapped up the games on 613.50 points. St. David finished second on 422 and St. George third, 402 points. Fourth position was captured by St. Patrick, 397.50 points. St. John 1 captured position 5 on 168 points. Classic Lighting Caribbean, St. Mark and Carriacou and Petit Martinique tied on 114 points. Take a look at highlights from day 2.
They're up and running. The final event in the next GUT National Primary School Games 2025. There they go. St. George's making an early statement here. St. Andrew in hot pursuit as well. St. John is there in the orange. St. Andrew moves to the lead now. It looks like a very fast start for St. George. They have reasons to do that. St. David, who is the top contender now, is taking his time about it. But it is St. Andrew that is up front here, going down the back straight. And about 200 meters to go. Blowing a little bit hard, but St. George is giving a good fight. He's grimacing here. He's putting out everything that he's got. He really wants to put a strong lead over St. Patrick and St. David as they come down to the home straight, heading to make the first handover. Some tiring legs. This has been 2 grueling days of competition for these athletes. St. Patrick running wide here. St. David still in contention. The handover now, it is St. Andrew first, St. George second, St. Patrick third, and then St. David. But look at St. George's go again. St. George always going out very fast. Not too sure why he's running in lane 2 at the moment, having to do much more on the curve here. But St. Andrew is well positioned here. We mentioned that they are the favorite in this one. St. Patrick gauging on nicely. St. David gaining some grounds on the field as well. It's going to be a close one. Here comes St. David moving into second position now. And into the lead is St. David. St. Andrew has to respond to the challenge. St. George looking a little bit tired here now is St. George. But St. David it is that is in the lead. St. Patrick moving into second position. Into third position, I beg your pardon. On the shoulder of St. Andrew here. St. Andrew would have to respond. He digs into another gear here now. Goes around St. David as they battle for the second handover. It is stride for stride, neck for neck between St. David and St. Andrew. It's a close one here. St. Andrew marginally ahead of St. David. St. Andrew hands over first, then St. David, then St. Patrick. We still cannot see St. George within the frame. Valuable points at stake here for St. David and St. Patrick. Where is St. George? They're very, very far back. The crowd has been silenced. The St. George's crowd, including Jason, is nowhere to be seen. But it is St. Andrew that is up front, followed by St. David. St. Patrick is making a run back here. They move now into second position. The positions are really being exchanged between St. Patrick and St. David, but comfortably up front it is St. Andrew. St. Andrew with about 200 meters to go on this leg. But look at St. Patrick go. They move into first position now, overtaking St. Andrew. Can he maintain that momentum? A very strong run indeed by the athlete from St. Patrick, looking for some valuable points maybe to get back into second position. Can St. Andrew respond? It doesn't seem so. St. David is trying to motor on. St. Patrick maybe 80 meters behind, but a tremendous run indeed by St. Patrick to hand over first here, and then it will be St. Andrew and then St. David. But that leg of St. Patrick would go down maybe as the best leg so far in this event. Let's see what St. Andrew can do to respond. They came in as the favorite here. St. George still just about making the handover, and maybe that would cost them the event altogether. But St. Patrick going down that back straight for the final time. It is St. Patrick in the lead. Looking good, looking over his shoulder to see where the competition is going to be coming from. He has just about 200 meters to go. Can Crown City hold on? Can they end on a high momentum? But look at St. Andrew go. This is going to be a close one. This looks like Richardson here. Is it Richardson? He's grimacing.
It is Richardson.
He's pumping hard. There goes Richardson. What a run. It's a Junior Charles run. It's an Alan Francis run. It's a Joshim run by St. Andrew. Look at him go. What a spirited run. He looks up to the big screen. He sees that he's winning. St. Patrick would be relegated to second, but a tremendous run by Richardson here, the star boy of the games, living.
What competition. That's the sports news for now. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Stuart Young, announced during a post-cabinet media briefing on Thursday that the government will pay $1 million to the lone survivor and the families of the 4 men who died in the Paria tragedy in February 2022. On February 25, 2022, Land and Marine and Construction Services divers Kazim Ali Jr., Rishi Nagasar, Fazal Kurban, Yusuf Henry and Christopher Budram were repairing a 30-inch pipeline at Paria's Point-a-Pair facility when they were sucked into it. Only Budram managed to escape. Land and Marine and Construction Services was contracted by Paria to repair the pipeline. Prime Minister Young, speaking at the post-cabinet media briefing on April 3, said the delay in payments to the families was because the insurers for Land and Marine and Construction Services and Paria could not agree which company was liable. He said he had been following up on the issue at least once weekly and was fed up with the delays.
I've had enough, and as Prime Minister last week, I'd been keeping the cabinet engaged on the conversation, keeping them abreast of the frustrating conversations I was having, because the government had always wanted that these matters be settled. The cabinet has today confirmed what I asked them last week, collectively and unanimously, that the government of Trinidad and Tobago is going to make an ex gratia payment, which means without any admission of liability, but recognizing the difficulty and the trauma and the tragic circumstances of these divers. And we're going to make ex gratia payments of $1 million to each of the families of the deceased divers and to Mr. Budram.
Further afield, the European Commission chief has said Donald Trump's decision to impose new tariffs on all goods entering the U.S. is a major blow to the world economy. Her comments echo those of a number of other countries, including China, which has expressed its opposition to the move and has warned it will take resolute countermeasures against the U.S. Their words of warning come after the U.S. president announced a universal 10% tariff on all imports into the U.S. from April 5. Around 60 countries will also be hit with steeper tariffs from April 9. Trump has said the tariffs will be used to boost U.S. manufacturing, saying the move would make America wealthy again.
This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence.
In the scented surroundings of the White House Rose Garden, President Trump told his audience the United States had been looted, raped, and pillaged by nations near and far. No longer.
So, if you look at that, China, first row.
Like a bookie offering odds at a horse race, the president listed tariffs ranging from a baseline of 10%, which the UK will have to pay, to reciprocal taxes on countries that have measures in place to keep US products out of their markets. 20% on goods from EU nations, 24% on products from Japan, all the way to tariffs of 54% on imports from America's biggest trading partner, China.
The United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that. For nations that treat us badly, we will calculate the combined rate of all their tariffs, non-monetary barriers, and other forms of cheating.
Car dealers reported a rush to buy motor vehicles ahead of a separate 25% tariff on foreign imports, which came into effect overnight. President Trump believes that combined, these measures will boost American manufacturing and, in his words, make America wealthy again. But some big questions remain unanswered. Will U.S. importers absorb the cost of these tariffs or pass them on to their customers? And given the threat of retaliation from other nations, does this mark the start of a global trade war? David Willis, BBC News.
We'll remind you of the headlines right after this. A reminder of the headlines. Alleged Ponzi scheme under investigation. Government looks to farmers to strengthen food security in the wake of U.S. tariff. Local support group donates building materials to P.T. Martinique's recovery efforts. Also in the news, regionally, families of deceased Paria divers and the lone survivor in Trinidad to receive ex gratia payment. Internationally, world leaders criticize Trump tariffs as major blow to world economy. Plus, in the sports news, St. Andrew captures title number 15 in the next GUT National Primary Schools Games. Congratulations, St. Andrew. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom. Thank you for having chosen the broadcast. Please take care. Good night.